Have you ever wondered what it's like to fly the Qatar Airways Boeing 777 in economy class? Then join me on my 7-hour flight from Amsterdam to Doha and to check out what Qatar Airways has to offer. In this video, we see the beautiful Dutch landscape from above, we eat the best food available in economy class, and we see the Qatar Airways Boeing 777-300ER from the inside. But first, let's go to the airport of our departure, Schiphol Airport in the Netherlands. So, as many of you probably already know, Schiphol Airport is actually one of the busiest airports from Europe. And last year, in 2023, they had an astonishing 63 million passengers in that year. Pretty impressive for such a small country as the Netherlands. So after a very quick check-in at Qatar Airways, it was now time to check out Schiphol Airport. And let's start off with the coolest one of all, the Fokker 100, which is a Dutch-made airplane which is placed on the roof of Schiphol Airport. And it's actually open for public and free, and this plane flew onto the late 2000s. And besides the little Fokker, we also have this very nice panoramic terrace which gives you a very nice view of the airport. And did you know that there's an actual Douglas DC-8 cockpit, including the engine, on display in Schiphol Airport? So after clearing security, it was now time to find our gate for the next flight to Doha. And this time it was actually pretty close because the gate was right after the security. So, and here is our 10-year-old Boeing 777-300ER delivered new to Qatar Airways in 2014. So the Boeing 777 is truly the backbone of almost all long-haul carriers, and I always love to fly these kind of jets. And after a short wait at the gate, it was now time to board the Qatar 777 through the jet bridge. In this flight, I'm seated in seat 40A, which is on the left side of the aircraft just behind the wing, which makes for some amazing views. So the Qatar Airways seats are relatively new and give you a lot of comfort in your flight. And here you can actually see the same type of aircraft, but then in the KLM livery. And here's actually one of the very few lost 747-400s, which occasionally you can spot a few at Schiphol Airport, as well as the Airbus A380 from Emirates. And I'm actually planning to go on the Lufthansa Boeing 747-8 for the very first time in my life, but that will be next month. And of course, I'll make a video about that as well. So after watching the safety video, it was now time to taxi our way towards the runway. And did you actually know that even now KLM still has their KLM Asia division, but it's essentially the same company. And during taxiing, we actually drove past one of the coolest hotels in the world, the Corendon Plaza Hotel, which has a freaking Boeing 747-400 in their backyard. And if you want to see more about that plane, I actually made a POV tour of that whole plane, which you can see in the link right here. Take a look at these amazing views of the landscape of the Netherlands. And after quickly reaching our cruising altitude, it was now time to test our first whiskey of the flight. So 1 hour into the flight, right above Central Europe, we got treated by the Qatar Airways crew with the dinner of today. And I chose the vegetarian pasta, which was very nice. So the pasta dinner got served with some bread, with a sour salad, and with a mango dessert. And of course with a gin tonic. So the sour salad appetizer was actually really good, and it really tasted like it was freshly made. And the vegetarian pasta was actually one of the best that I ever ate, especially on an airline. Well done, Qatar Airways. And after dinner, I did some gaming on my brand new old school Nintendo Game Boy whatever console with a couple of thousand games on it, which is really nice to have if you have a long flight. And with seeing these amazing views from the airplane, it was probably now a good moment for our sponsor of today, Serego. So Serego is a sustainable company that offers luxurious travel labels and passport holders. So in this label actually has an AirTag and a QR code for privacy, and it looks just really cool on your luggage. And with my code Nicky10 you get 10% off your order at serego.eu. And now let's go back to the video. So after the delicious dinner and with almost everyone sleeping, it was now time to check out the bathroom of the Qatar Airways 777. So the bathroom of the Qatar Airways 777 was actually not that special at all. We did however find a very clean toilet, which is always very nice. But if you want to see a more special bathroom, then you should definitely watch my Garuda 777 video in the link right here. So I am not going in depth for the Oryx infotainment system, as I did that a couple of times already. But you do have access to these kind of avionics, which is just really cool if you're in the air. And right now it is already time for our final approach into Doha International Airport. And here is our landing. So welcome in Doha Hamad International Airport. So then, what exactly is it like to fly economy on the Qatar Airways Boeing 777? So for starters, I am actually more of a fan of the Boeing 777 than of the Qatar Airways 787 Dreamliner. I prefer the older window shades, and I also like that it is a bigger plane. But to be fair, on both of these aircraft, and especially at Qatar Airways, you can expect a very nice economy class experience when you fly this airline. And now let's disembark the plane and check out what Doha International Airport has to offer. So let's start off with the indoor garden, as this is actually the place where we exited our aircraft. So I actually get to spend 3 hours on this airport, as my next flight is going to depart from Doha to Jakarta with the Garuda Indonesia Boeing 777-300ER. And if you want to see that video, it is already online on this channel. So, but the indoor garden actually houses a great variety of luxury stores, including Louis Vuitton and Gucci. So for the ones that like to spend their money, you can definitely spend it here. I, however, actually did quite some work and checked out the Qatar Airways model store, which was really cool. So with that being said, and me heading to my next flight, I would like to thank you guys for watching to yet another video of my channel. And if you didn't do so yet, please consider subscribing, as I'm going to post a lot more of these airline reviews in the future. And there is a lot more coming in the upcoming weeks. So thank you guys for watching, and see you guys in the next one. Ciao.